Hey everyone, how are you? What's going on? I had to make a video and, it's not a review. It's not a review. Last night I went to New York City. I drove down there. I live in Connecticut. I drove down to New York City and I went to Jojo Mayer's release party clinic for his new DVD, Secret Weapons of the Modern Drummer Part 2, A Guide to Foot Techniques. I recently did a review of it online. It was well received and it was very cool. So anyway, last night I went down to the city, and when I came home last night and woke up this morning, I really thought about doing some type of a review. There's no way you can review a Jojo Mayer clinic. I can't even find the right words to express how incredible it was. So what I think the best thing to do would just be for me to recap my day, tell you about my little adventure yesterday and how it just absolutely was one of the most perfect days and experiences of my life. So as I just mentioned, I live in Connecticut. The clinic was in Manhattan. I'm originally from Queens, New York, so most of my friends are back in Queens, New York. And one friend in particular, my friend Joseph, was coming to the clinic with me. He's a bass player. So I left Connecticut at 1 o'clock yesterday. I said, Joe, I will be at your house between 3 and 3:30. I drove down. It was a little rainy yesterday, but it was beautiful. Clear roads, open all the way down into the city. I arrived at Joe's house at about 20 after 3. Went up there, we hung out for a little bit, chilled out, changed. We headed into the city. Now last night in Manhattan was actually the lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree with live performances and broadcasted live. So I was like, oh man, great. This is probably the worst night to go into the city. And I wanted to drive into the city. I didn't want to take the mass transit. I was like, I want to take the Midtown Tunnel right from your house, Joe. Go right into the city. It's just a few blocks from the Midtown Tunnel. It's going to be fine. My buddy Joe goes, no way, man. This is crazy. We're never going to get parking. It's going to be crazy. I said, watch. I'm going to wheel us up the best parking spot. I said, I bet you we get to park within 200 feet of the front door of this place. No way, it's Midtown Manhattan, never gonna happen. I went, 200 feet, 200 feet, watch. So anyway, we jumped in the car, we got on the LIE, right down to Manhattan. We were literally from his house to the cutting room within 15 minutes. Perfect right into the city. Parking space right outside the place. Literally, if I am sitting in my driver's seat right now, the front door is right at the entrance, the front door to my studio. Right there. That's where we parked. I was like, I told you. Anyway, we go inside. The place serves food and dinner. We were early. It was about 5 o'clock. The show didn't start, well, they didn't open up that section until about 7 o'clock, and then the show didn't start till almost 8 o'clock. So let me cut ahead really quick here. So we order food, we eat. As I'm eating, I hear Jojo Mayer sound checking and warming up right in the next room. I'm like, are you kidding? This is fantastic. Waitress comes over at one point. I'm like, excuse me, where's the restroom? She's like, oh, just go walk through the venue doors and go downstairs. I'm like, oh, okay. I go in there and there's Jojo Mayer just sitting on stage, messing around in his drums. And I just walk, I walk by, I go down the stairs, I go to the restroom, I come back out. I'm like, holy shit, he was right there. So anyway, long story short, time goes by, we eat our food, we get in, we get seats. I have to give a shout out to the manager, Anthony, of the Cutting Room in Manhattan. Beautiful place. If you are in Manhattan, stop in the Cutting Room. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's on like 31st Street or 32nd Street off Park Avenue, somewhere right around there, the Cutting Room. And the waitress, Danielle, they hooked me and my buddy up, hooked us up. We had a table for 2 people right against the stage. I'm not kidding you. Right against the stage, Jojo's monitor was right here. I had my feet up on the stage at one point like this, and my feet were on the back of his monitor. He was standing and talking right here for the most part. His drum set was literally 6 feet away from me, turned sideways, so his foot was right there. His hand was right there. His left hand was right there. Jojo Mayer was right there. Jojo Mayer was right there. It was absolutely incredible. So JoJo came out first. Rob Wallace from Hudson Music came out and spoke, and a couple of guys like Modern Drummer, editors from Modern Drummer came out and spoke, and then they introduced JoJo. JoJo came out, he talked, he thanked his sponsors, like I said, he was right there. He talked a little bit about the DVD, about what's on the DVD and why he did the DVD. He talked about how he had originally wanted to do this a long time ago as a part of the whole first DVD, but they realized it was too much to do in one DVD. Whole long story. Then he brought out John Davis, the bass player for Nerve, JoJo's band, and they both jammed out to some of to some of Nerve's tracks, and it was just incredible, man. It was just absolutely brilliant. And then when they were finished, JoJo came back out. He talked more about the DVD, and he talked about hand techniques a little bit and foot techniques. And then he started taking questions from the crowd, and that was very cool. So they were passing a microphone around, and people were asking questions. Of course, I had to ask a question. I asked him about, like, what does he do away from the drum set to maintain himself physically and mentally and health-wise and stuff like that. But here's the cool part. I kid you not. So I asked my question. He's standing right there. He looks down and goes, "Yeah, man, you reviewed my DVD online." He was like, "Thanks so much for doing that." And he leaned down and shook my hand, and I cannot even begin to tell you. Inside me, I was like, what the hell is going on? How does Jojo Mayer even know I am the guy who reviewed his DVD? Thinking to myself, this is just crazy, crazy, crazy. So that to me was like just the highlight of the night, shaking his hand, talking right there. It was just absolutely fantastic. So a review of the night. How do I review this? Then, John Davis came back up. They played more. They brought one of the cats up who rapped on the CD. I'm sorry, I don't know the guy's first name. It was fantastic. I took pictures of them and stuff like that. I saw Carmine Appice was sitting over on the side. At the end of the night, JoJo was, signing autographs and stuff like that. And I went over and I took a picture with him, and it came out crappy. And I actually said to him, I literally invited JoJo up to my house. I live in Connecticut on the outskirts of the Meshomacic State Forest, a 10,000 acre square forest. Come on up anytime you want to just get out of the city and chill out for a few days. Absolutely safe and beautiful, very cool, very chill place to be. So anyway, I got a picture with him, which came out really, really crappy. So if Jojo Mayer does so happen to even see this, I am going to see Nerve December 20th in New York at the Mercury Lounge with my wife, Elizabeth, who is 5 months pregnant, but she's a big fan and we're coming down. So Jojo, if you do see this, I really, 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 really do need to get another picture with you, because I'll be pissed off at myself if it doesn't happen. And don't make me secretly put a toe stopper on your perfect balance pedal, because I know you love toe stoppers. Anyway, so let me just get back to it. Look, there's no way to review the night. The cutting room was absolutely beautiful. Rob Wallace from Hudson Music was such a nice guy. It was great to meet him. He was really gracious, great guy. Hudson Music has contributed so much to the education, music education and drumming over the years, that it's absolutely just fantastic. It was very cool to meet him. It was great to meet Jojo Mayer. It was great to see them. The DVD, I reviewed it. The DVD is fantastic. It gets better each time I watch it. But to wrap it up, Jojo was great, man. He was super cool. He was a very funny cat. He had a great sense of humor. I would have loved to have hung out and talked more about sharks and James Bond and aliens and magic and sci-fi and all sorts of stuff. And you know what? I will get that chance to sit down and hang out with Jojo and have that conversation with him. But anyway, if Jojo Mayer is coming anywhere within the vicinity of your house to do a clinic, or if he's even coming to play with Nerve, you must go out and support this and see him play. It is unbelievable. I saw a drummer do things last night that I honestly have never seen in my life, and just still am trying to grasp what I saw. I have the DVD. I've gone through the DVD. I go through it. I'm practicing it. But to see it live, in the flesh, hear it, feel it. I mean, right there, man. 6 feet away from me was JoJo's foot. I could have took his sneakers if I wanted to. It was just absolutely incredible. So again, It was great. If this is a review, it was absolutely 50,000 thumbs up, but this isn't a review. This is just me, JS, from my drum life, and a satellite instructor from Drumeo telling you that I went out last night and saw a Jojo Mayer clinic in Manhattan, and it was absolutely an incredible day. It was an incredible night, and Jojo Mayer is a badass, man. Pure 100% badass. So, everyone, make sure you stop by my site, mydrumlife.com, and say what's up. Go stop by my other site, freedrumcoaching.com. I have a free drum coaching site out there for people who just might not want to join a site or might not financially be able to afford lessons, and it's a place where they can go and get some input and advice on lessons. And on January 1st, New Year's Day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to broadcast a live free streaming clinic right there on freedrumcoaching.com. So I hope you stop by. And again, everyone at the cutting room, thank you so much. Rob Wallace, thank you so much. And Jojo, dude, man, send me an email. We must hang out. I want to know, do you believe in extraterrestrial life? That's what I should have asked you last night. Everyone, thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Get the hell out of here.